Greetings today. Thanks for coming by the video blog of PosterCentral.com. I'm Pete Howard, and this is one of the very first posters that Bill Graham produced, period. I mean, it's known as BG-4, which is self-explanatory. The fourth poster in his numbered series. It's from April of 1966. It's early, it's primitive, it's simple, and I love it. It's got to me, it's got such draw and charisma, more than many of the much fancier posters that came along later. I just love its simplicity, the green and purple and white colors. And as you can see, it's the on Friday was the Jefferson airplane, and on Saturday was Quicksilver Messenger Service, which was a pretty new band. They were just like 3.5 months old because they'd had their first ever gig in January, so it's seminal for that reason too. And then for both shows, 54-year-old Lightning Hopkins was an opening act, and these were the days where you didn't trust anybody over 30. Well, Lightning was that 30-year-old's grandfather, so he's a grandfather. And then the Jaywalkers, of course. And Wes Wilson was the designer. This is considered an early Wes Wilson piece. And of course, he designed, what, 54 out of the first 60 Bill Graham concert posters. And this was his fourth one. And what's interesting is it's comprised entirely of lettering. There's no other art elements in it. It's all lettering. Sure, the lettering is presented in a psychedelic rolling fancy fashion, but by gosh, it is all lettering. So that's an interesting thing to note. And what's weird is that this was printed before the show to sell tickets, but so was a variant, a so-called variant in collector's parlance, and that is this exact poster was printed without the green and purple colors, just on pink coral paper. It's kind of interesting, and I've got one here to show you. You don't mind me stepping off cam for a sec there. And here is the same poster. Actually, it does have the purple, sorry about that. But it doesn't have the green that the other one has. In fact, I'm sure it's the same plate, just minus the green, and the white doesn't show up because the paper's coral. And this is the coral paper variant, which is scarcer than the one I just showed you. Once again, you have that yin and yang of, do you want the rarer one, the more collector's item, or do you want the better looking one? I guess some people might think this is better looking, but I don't, my opinion. But they're both first editions. They're both printed before the show to sell tickets, so that's pretty wild. And one more interesting thing, I don't usually get into the Bill Graham handbills and postcards and all that, but I will mention that with this poster, sure, they printed two different first printings, two different originals, first editions, but they made no postcard. And there's a lot of Bill Graham and San Francisco side poster collectors who have a full run of postcards, right? They're easy to obtain, they're cheaper, they look cool in books. A lot of people love full postcard collections. There's no postcard for this, only a small black and white handbill that measures about 5 by 8 inches, and I'll close by showing you that. Guess I have to zoom way in for this one, but it's the exact same artwork, of course. It's just a small black and white handbill. So there you have it, the early Jefferson Airplane Quicksilver Messenger Service posters and handbill. Oh, I'm sorry, this one's written on. I hate it when... who wants things written on, right? Marty Ballin, Paul Kantner, Jack Cassidy. I'm sorry, it's just... these darn scribblings just kill me, but anyway, probably some secretary, right? Wrong! Autographed by half the airplane. So there we have it, BG-4 from April of '66. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.